Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are reviewing the Meepo V3 Super. And there's the board itself. That is the Meepo V3. But looking at the board itself, it seems to have the same deck shape, same deck design as the V5, except I can see the screws this time. And they have a different grip tape design. And you still got the orange arrow. Alright, looking inside of the box, you will see you will get a 2 amp charger. Should charge up the board in about 3 hours. Your standard e-skate tool or skate tool, a Meepo M4 remote, and it has the screen. A cable to charge your remote. And look at this, Meepo has provided a set of 108 bushings. If you look at this board, you got 92A bushings on the front and rear. So if you don't feel stable enough and you're gonna speed wobble, you do have this 100A option. Looks like they gave us a charging port, which is interesting. And looks like we got some zip ties. And yeah, that's pretty much it over here. But looking at this model, this is the standard model, which you will be getting a 216 watt hour 10S2P battery, which is quite impressive because most of the other Meepo models, you would start off with 144 watt hours. But now 216 is the standard for this model. The ER model is 288 watt hours. Now the cover, the enclosure for the ESKN battery seems like it is the same enclosure that was used in the Meepo V3. Looking at the case, you could see the battery percentage right here, and you got yourself a battery cover, which is quite easy to access since I'm wearing gloves. And you could also charge your phone, and you charge the board on the left side right there. Looking at the ESC, you could either press the power button to turn it on, or you could push the board and it will also turn on as well. Now looking at the trucks, they will be a 45-degree reverse kingpin trucks. 45-degree, that is correct. The V5 is a 50-degree, I believe. I'm assuming you're gonna get more stability out of these trucks just because this board has a top speed around 29 miles per hour, which usually you will actually get around 30. But anyways, looking at these motors, you will get 540 watt each motor. They are pretty powerful motors compared to the V5. Definitely an upgrade. Looking at the wheels, 90mm wheels with a 60mm contact patch, front and rear. Now one thing I did notice is that the front and rear don't have a cupped washer underneath, which is quite interesting. So I don't know if they're trying to go for some carvability, because yes, if you did put a cup washer underneath, you would probably lose some of that carvability, but you would get more stability. So I'm curious how that turns out. And then just looking at the deck, it is the same deck that is being used in the V5 as well, with a max load around 330 pounds. So it could carry a heavy person. It has no problem at all. And lastly, the weight of this board should be around 18 pounds. And don't forget about that carry handle, which will also solve carrying the board overall. We're gonna start off the range test right now. Let's just see the flexiness first. All right, so the deck is pretty flexy, I'm not going. We're gonna right now test the top speed in 3, 2, 1, hit it. Let's see if, I'm curious, let's see if I speed wobble or not. 26, 20. Oh, my rear, oh my god. Yeah, I don't know why they removed the cup washer. Brake test. All right, that's definitely stronger. So I'm just gonna tighten it up a little bit more. All right, tightened up the back. This is gonna be a stretch right here. See if we could get it right now. In 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Mode 4, 20, 21, 24, 25, 28. There is a bump here. Let's see if I speed wobble. All right, not bad. 29, 30. So it says 30 on my remote, but I'm 30 maxed out. Anyways, we're gonna do a little bit of off-roading. I know this is a hub motor board, but the dirt here is quite packed. There are some spots that are sandy, but I'm just curious how the hub motors handle in these intense. Oh, all right, so that's sand right there. I wouldn't recommend you to try this. All right, it's fighting it. It's fighting it. Oh, I'm getting it, I'm getting it. Okay. There you go. Wow, it has power. Oh shit. I put it down to mode 3 just to tone the torque down a little bit. But you could tell, I mean, this is pretty much packed sand, packed dirt, there's rocks everywhere. The deck is actually quite flexible as well. So it's not really like irritating my foot that much. It's like just going over it. But yeah, it is a wonderful day out here today. It is around 77 Fahrenheit. My rider weight right now is about 170 pounds. Oh, this is not gonna work. So I'm gonna take the handle and just walk for this bit. Keep on going. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There you go. Oh, it is fighting the sand. I really want to put it to the test. And it's a budget board. I'm gonna do this test in mode 3. So we get that good range overall. And I will be doing some high speed runs as well. But right now we are on some rough terrain. I wouldn't say the smoothest roads, but it is quite well. I mean, it handles the bumps pretty well. Try this bump right here. It just eats it up. It probably won't go in those. Definitely not that. There's no way my board's going in that. But I mean, overall, I definitely like this board a little better than the V5 because of that power. The V5 is great and all. I love the aesthetics. I love how the board looks. I love everything about it. But this V3 Super is definitely more punchy. It has more power. It has more top speed. The V5, it was quite difficult, quite hard for it to reach that top speed, which I didn't like at all. The hill climb wasn't that strong either. This board so far seems like pretty much every other budget board that Meepo has released so far, and I'm glad that they brought this type of budget board back. My only complaints about this board is that there is a lack of aesthetics. As you can tell from the enclosures, definitely did not put any thought into that, but they have focused on that performance overall. And just a little bit more, and there we go, we hit 8 miles. And let me check on the Relive app. All right, so on the app itself, looks like we got around 7.7 miles. It says 8 miles on the remote. With all that rigorous and all that aggressive off-road riding, and 8 miles is a reasonable range for that specific battery spec. If you had the ER model, I would most likely say around 10 to 12 miles the way I rode it today. If you take it on more smoother terrain, I'm sure you could definitely get more range out of this board itself. I mean, I have to say, I'm quite impressed with this board. The Meepo V3 Super is definitely my favorite budget board now on the budget board list. It has great acceleration, great braking power. I'm actually able to drift with these wide contact patch wheels, and these wheels are really grippy. I have to say, they are very grippy. Meepo wheels have always been grippy, so they have nailed it a spot on. Only thing I would wish was for a different enclosure, but it is still a nice board overall. I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and check out my other videos on my channel. And if you would like to get this board, you can use code ESKNYC and get a good discount off. Stay tuned, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.